couple quick questions to go back and play.
Is this on? There we go, ma'am.
Yes. Exactly what incentive would you use to bring our jobs back to the United States? What would you do to stop the flow of our jobs overseas?
The question is twofold. We see this, especially coming from Michigan, which is obviously a manufacturing state. You have manufacturing in Iowa, you have farming in Iowa. There's questions about outsourcing. You have to have tax relief, you have to have regulatory relief, you have to have all the above energy strategies to reduce the fixed overhead in the businesses. But more importantly, you must also do two things. The first thing is you have to restructure and force to recapitalize the failed Wall Street bailout banks. They are not fixed. They are leading the way in this deflationary, contracting economy. And unless economy flows down to people like manufacturers and farmers and entrepreneurs and small businesses and workers to grow this economy and shape it for the 21st century, all the tax relief, all the regulatory relief, all the energy reform will not be enough to move this economy where it needs to go. And it will not be enough to let us lead the 21st century. Secondly, we were told that if we had permanent normalizations of trade relations with communist China, that we would have access to the largest market in the world. That's what they sold it as. We are running $200 billion annual deficits with them now. Communist China believes that it is a rival model of governance to the United States. They are actively engaged in counterfeiting, dumping, cyber spying, currency manipulation, all in an attempt to undermine the manufacturing base and the productive capacities of the United States. And so we have got to enforce our trade rights with them in a comprehensive fashion to prevent this so that we can compete with them. I would argue that in my personal belief is we should reattach human rights to trade with communist China so that the people who believe in liberty is paramount is that we never tell the world we'd rather try to make a quick buck and sell out the people who are suffering under the regime that killed my generation in Tiananmen Square for reading Jefferson and Madison aloud. Those are two things that we have to do, in addition to everything else. And then we remain a productive, purposeful republic. But I certainly don't support people who would sell outsourcing that would not bat an eye at sending a job over to communist China, because that is not the type of government I think that we should be bartering with, because I think they're butchers.